Alrighty, guys, welcome back to it. We are back live here. Final match of the evening. We have Mike Robinson, Calgary boy, taking on Ivan Nunez, somewhere in Spain. And they have just started. 0-0 is your score. It is Ivan at the table. Making quick work. So 1, 3, 6, 7, 8. Could do it the other way as well. 1, 3, 7, 6, 8. But very, very fast pace here. Oh, wow, nice. Shot the window between the 12-7. Eight into the right-hand side pocket, making it look easy. Just like that. That was a fast rack. Wow. Ivan. Oh, he's just practicing. Never mind. I thought they had started. It is the men's open division in 8-ball, Johnny. I see. He was just having a practice game. My fault, guys. Didn't realize they were not started. That's all right, though. We'll build it up. All right. Hey, we get to witness the coin toss for once. Usually they've started long before. No beer for the announcer. Absolutely right. It has been a long day, I can tell you. We've been going since 9 o'clock this morning. In fact, I was up, I think, at 7:30. Came down an 8-dive match at 9 o'clock and kind of been going ever since. And if you are just joining us here, help me out. Share it up, guys. If you are tuning in on Facebook and YouTube, I do have both chat lines open. Nope. Johnny Mike is in the open division. Welcome to it, Randy. Thanks for tuning in with me, guys. I know it's late. Or early, I guess, depending on where you're tuning in from. So it is the final match, and it looks like Ivan's going to argue a little bit with the rack on the table. While he's doing that, guys, I'll throw up our limited edition Q Sports Live Jam Up apparel. It is only available up until the final broadcast of this event. You can find that at jamupapparel.com. And when you get there, just look for the CSL tab. And that's where you'll be able to get it. He just took the other side of the coin. I didn't even pick up on that. I think when I flip, I always say, heads I win, tails you lose. With the break, does the second ball break and absolutely clobbers them. A little upset. I don't know why he would get upset. I know the 11 ball came in and perhaps blocked the 1 ball from going into that top right, but I mean, you can't get mad at that. Look at the table. Can't always be easy. It's only 4 a.m. in Newfoundland. Wow. Well, thanks for tuning in, Randy. We appreciate it. I would think he's going to play this 4-ball into the top left-hand corner, load up on that right-hand side. Oh, he's going to go high ball instead. I think I still like low ball here, just because of where the 14-10 is. Look at this. Look at that little snuggle up. Can't quite tell if he can get to the 10 ball. If not, he'll have to steep cut or back cut that 15 into that right-hand side pocket. May have the option for a save here as well. Says no to the safe, I'll take the shot. Looking like a 14-12 combination here. He does have the 9 ball. 9 ball is also an option. Back cut, top right hand corner. And looks like Stephanie Toy is back with coffee. Thank heavens.
Oh, it's a long walk.
It is a very long walk. Just to get coffee.
Ooh.
But you know what?
And these legs are little.
Yes. Takes a lot of steps for you. Nice little stunning shot on the 10 ball. Elects to not take the combo there. 9 ball. Does it squeak in that path between the 5 and the 7? It must if he played it the way he did. Only issue here is does he have too much angle on that 9 to the side to actually break out that 11 ball? I think he's heading more into the 6.
I think maybe that 11 ball does go top right.
No.
No?
He was angry about that off the start.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he had tons. He had lots. He had the entire world there. Kind of in a tricky little position here, though. 11 ball goes to the top left-hand corner. But he's going into the path of the 6 ball.
Did you answer Johnny about the divisions?
Yes. Thanks, coach.
Just checking. Mikey, for all the years that he has played in this event, has never placed. Never claimed rank. Always fell short.
Always the bridesmaid. Never the bride.
Something like that. He's going for it this year, though.
I think this is for 9 to 12.
9 to 12 for this spot.
Some nice check siding.
Almost a little too far. I think he's still okay, though.
Well, and I think what you're seeing out of Ivan here, he's been playing all day out in that other room.
In the main room, yeah. And the tables are quite a bit.
These are a lot faster than those tables.
This is all brand new cloth as of Thursday morning.
Slick. Very, very slick. Uh-oh.
Overcut it.
No, he tried to use a little too much right-hand spin. He was sitting dead nut perfect on the 8 ball, but he used too much right-hand spin.
Royce Kwan checking in.
And I'm pretty sure Royce meant to say lady, yeah?
No, I'm pretty sure he meant
that plural.
I'm pretty sure he meant ladies.
I'm sure he did too, but you're not picking up what I'm putting down, Steph.
Oh, sorry.
Come on. I know it's late, but come on.
It is a tough field, Johnny.
Believe me, Johnny, I played the open division. It is no walk in the park.
Yeah. You know, those players we all dread being in the lower divisions. It happens by the tons.
Well, I haven't been to Vegas for pool in 10 years. Therefore, I do qualify to play in the open. And so that's what I did. But there were 600 and some odd players.
I think 662, I think, was the number.
662 players
Yeah.
in the open division.
Which leaves a
It's
lot
a
of room.
monster field. Right? Yes, you certainly get players that are fairly new and first time. I remember my first time, my first trip to Vegas. We kind of walked through everybody in the B division in SML, and we came down to Vegas thinking that we were going to do some damage, and we got absolutely lambasted, 2-0, and that was it. But it certainly opened up our eyes to the caliber of play that you can expect here in Vegas. This is no joke. Like 39th annual VNEA World Championship. Nobody comes here to mess around. Everybody's in it to win it. Nice little pocket wave shot here from Mike. May go back and forth if he can't hold it. Oh no. Oh no.
Tough one, but it is still early.
It is fun, Johnny Royce. I don't mind playing Steven. I don't really care who I play.
Oh.
Wow, he made that a little more difficult than it needed to be. I think you're starting to see late night pool.
Yeah, these guys have been playing all day. I think first matches were 9 o'clock this morning, so these guys have been playing for... Oh, jeez. Scared me there for a second. These guys have been playing for 14, 15 hours, depending on what time they got down here. Matches started at 9, so typically you'll see players come down for, 7:30, 8, get their coffee, hit some balls, because
You
nobody...
forgot breakfast, because I was up at
Yeah.
7:30. I went and smoked and had my
Yeah,
breakfast.
nobody likes these early morning matches, but...
They suck. There's no good way to say it. They just suck. Me and morning pool do not get along.
So in the regular, so 663 in the men's open singles.
That is insane.
Where is intermediate? 73 in the intermediate. So that just goes to show you the difference. And then men's 8-ball singles was 68. So
Which is actually a big field for the Masters division.
yeah. So that just goes to show you the difference in divisions. 68 in the Masters, 73 in the intermediate. That's what they started with. And then 663 in the open.
The Immortal Cowboy says he's live. Welcome to it, sir. And you know what, guys? Thank you very much for tuning in on such a late night. They do need to bump some people up, but if you follow the rules of how VNEA is laid out and when you can drop in divisions, I can go right that up. I haven't been to Vegas for pool for 10 years. I have also never won anything in Vegas.
It's tough. This is the toughest tournament
You know
of the
what?
year.
Any time that I've played in a lower division, it's always tough. It's a grind.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I'm not going to play the open division again.
That would be by choice. You can always play up. The Masters would love to have you.
Oh, I'm not. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ease on down the road here. Okay, back up a little bit. I never said I was going to jump up to what these guys play at the Masters level in Vegas. Are you kidding me? Do I look like a Stephen Hallam? Or who else is here? My
Well,
brain is
you
just
definitely
toast.
don't look like Kenneth Brisbane.
I don't look like Kenneth Brisbane. I'm
Great shot. Ah, no. Oh,
He's good.
boy.
He's good, except where the 8 is. The 8's kind of funny.
It is kind of funny, but it still goes. He's got to land on it here.
If it goes to the side, to that left side, that's what he's looking at, he's okay. You can take the 6 and then the 4 float down 8 into that left side.
I think it's tight.
It is tight.
Yeah, no, he's going the other way.
And of course, it'll go down to the bottom right-hand corner, but the position's a little more.
Yeah, you just got to land on it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to jinx it here, but we haven't had problems with our Facebook.
Why? Why you got to say that? What are you doing?
Because I just want to say that if people still are, because it is by area, if people still are having problems with their Facebook shutting down the streams, Facebook is having data issues throughout
The entire world?
nationwide.
It's not nation, it's all over the world.
Internationally, I guess, worldwide. And if you are still having problems, feel free to tune in to our live stream on YouTube. We have had no problems on YouTube. It is definitely not a connection error. We've been having great success with YouTube, and we are following along with the comments there as well.
So a nice little floater shot down for Mike. Square the match up, one apiece.
I think he's looking to make that 8-ball bottom right. I don't think it goes in the side.
He might be looking at it now, but he was playing to play that into that side pocket. Is he using the Jacoby Black?
It's possible.
I think he is. He's up. He's up. Perfect.
Doesn't get much better than that. If it goes in the side, it must.
Yeah, well, it must go. If he played it there, it's got to go, but it's probably razor thin.
Always tough cutting into these side pockets.
And he'll try and hit and stick here too. Beautiful shot.
Great shot, Mike.
Very well done. And I knew he would kind of try to hit and stick just in case it balled up. Then you leave your opponent behind whatever ball that was. So really well done. Why don't we give a shout out to our sponsor here, Bob Danielson Custom Cues. It is the home of the SS360. These shafts are exactly what we use here at Q Sports Live when we use wood shafts. It is the SS360 if you're looking to get your hands on one. If you're in the States, better off contacting Bob directly, bdqsandcomics.com. If you're in Canada, get a hold of us here on Q Sports Live. So it is Ivan with the break. And just clobbers it. He tries to Stephen Hallam it.
Oh, made the 8-ball.
Yeah, it does make the 8. May elect to re-rack here. Oh, he's asking for the spot. And so you can see the dot of where the head ball was and the 5 ball just behind that dot in the rules in VNEA is if there is an impeding ball that is preventing you from placing the 8 ball on said dot, it will go directly behind that impeding ball, or as close to that as what you can get it.
Kate on YouTube is asking if the cue balls are the same size as the object balls.
They are.
They are. I would imagine that that definitely would change the game, Kate. Wow.
Oh, I remember back in old
Yeah.
school, that was the case. And we'll give a shout out to you. Dino's Bar and Grill. Thanks for tuning in. I'm not sure where you're located, but go check them out.
And he says no problems in Illinois. Good job, Illinois, because it's been nothing but havoc for us since Thursday. But so far, so good tonight. Hopefully they get that problem fixed.
I don't know why you keep trying to jinx it.
Just never mind. If you don't bring it up, the pool gods won't know.
If you bring it up, the pool gods will punish you, as they have done for the last 4 days.
Yeah, it's been rough. There is a better picture on YouTube, though.
That there is. The upload capacity on YouTube far exceeds what's available on Facebook. So Ivan electing to take, or did he take yet?
He did. He's eyeball.
Tricky, tricky. 12 ball puts him on the wrong side of 3, at least from my angle anyway. He could draw back for the 9 off this 12 here.
There is no shot clock at the VNEA, Stephen Thomas.
No shot clock, no highly enforced dress code.
There's a yeah,
if you want to call
basic.
it. Yeah, very, very basic.
No tube tops, no bikinis, no swimwear. Clothing has to be appropriate. But no shot clock here. This is just amateur pool.
And you know what? It's a very, very relaxed environment for pool.
It is. It's kind of nice, actually. It's not
It is rather nice.
too stiff. I mean, there are definitely expectations, but definitely not too stiff. I think if the situation happens where you do come up against a slow player, you can complain to the ref. They will give the player a warning, and they will put you on the clock, but they would prefer not to. The ref to player ratio is ridiculous. Like I said, over 600 open singles, 60, 70 intermediate masters, and there's probably maybe a dozen refs.
Yeah.
So not a whole lot of official help.
Well, and it ties up one of the refs, and I've been a ref for 16 years, and that's one of the things I dread. And I think if I was Ivan here, I'd be taking the 12 ball first. For exactly that reason. Although, this actually may work out.
He needs to bump out on that 8.
Well, he needed to develop the 8, and I think he's actually played this better than what I thought I was going to play it. And 12 ball, you can push through that 5-8, break the 8 out, and get position on this 11 ball into the right side pocket. Kate in VNEA, the 8 off the break is not a win. Oh, he needed to go through that ball much harder than what he did. In VNEA rules, if you make the 8 off the break, it is your choice to either spot it like we saw, or he could have re-racked and broke again. But it is not a win. So VNEA, difference between VNEA and BCA. BCA is simply wins, where in VNEA it is points. So all balls matter. So just because you make the 8 off the break, that's only 3 points in VNEA. You have to go through either stripes or solids for 7 points and then make the 8 for 3. So each game is worth a maximum of 10 points.
I think also, Kate, the reason why most players will choose to just spot the 8 rather than re-rack is because when you
You've made a
break,
ball.
you've already made a ball. Who knows, if you were to re-rack and re-break, you could be breaking dry.
Well, and it really is, again, very situational. We saw in Stephen Halem and Brent C. It jinxed us. As we saw in I think it was, his name was Brent? Was that right? Or Brett?
Sorry, who?
Kenneth?
Oh, Kenneth Brisbane.
Yes, thank you. We saw that in Stephen and Kenneth's match, where Kenneth broke, made the 8 on the break, but the table was absolute mud. There was nothing happening on that table, so he chose to break again. Yeah, it is very similar to USAPL. So Mike at the table here, and the 5-3 are the issue for him. And no real clean ball to break them out. May use the 6 ball here, wants to bump the 2 just enough, make the 6. He's got perfect angle. He's in perfect on the 6. 6 to the top left, he'll break apart the 3-5 sitting on the left side of the table there. Oh, he missed it. He missed it, and he is in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to try to slow roll the 5 ball and set the cue ball behind the 3. I kind of like doing it a different way. He did it absolutely perfect.
Great job.
But if it was me, I'd probably shoot the 7 first, and I'd come onto the backside of the 5, and then I can use both the 5 and the 3. But he hit
I think
that
it's
perfect.
riskier to come off the rail, and because I mean you could miss it.
Huh?
Huh?
What you talking about, Willis?
I don't know. I feel like I need a
Risk-
nap. But I think I may have misunderstood what you were saying. But
So when he instead of him shooting the safe there, shoot the 7 and make the 7 first. Leave your cue ball at the top end of the table, and then
oh,
you
I
can do
see.
the same shot, but
I
you're
see.
using both the 5 and the 3 as blocks.
Just soft hit from behind.
That's right.
I thought you were saying make the 7 come off the rail and
Yeah.
bump out. But was that a foul? You know what? I feel like
If it was, we missed it.
Mike asked him if it was a foul, and he denied it. So I didn't see it. I was too busy looking at you.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened.
I think we were too
Why?
busy reading the comments at that point.
Yeah.
But I think that Mike did ask him something, and Mike had a little smile on his face after. So I think that he asked him, and it was denied. Well, Mike's going to get a ball in hand now.
Yeah, that one's kind of obvious, but I'm confused on where the foul would have been earlier. Somebody needs to explain this to me, because I was reading comments.
Yeah. So, Stephen, you are more than welcome to contact the VNEA and ask them what you need to do in order to get VNEA sanctioning in your area. I think you'll probably be very surprised at what the prerequisites are. I do highly recommend this tournament, though. It is very well run, very well organized. They have it working like clockwork, down to a science. We have 200 tables at this event, 100 tables in each of the main rooms, and 8 tables here in the pit for the Masters area. All the finals will be shown in here. There is probably almost 1,000 single players. Actually, probably more than that, because I read you the numbers for the men's open, intermediate, masters. However, I have not included the open, intermediate, masters for the ladies, or the classic, or the singles, or the seniors, sorry. So there's probably over 1,000 singles. Teams are going to start on Tuesday.
And it's going to be a madhouse here.
It's going to be a jungle of people.
And Jason, I'm not sure what you mean. That's a comment on YouTube. If you remember right, the main reason for winning the game, if you get to the 8 on the break, is if it was a bar box table where the 8 ball did not come back out. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like bar
in the
rules.
bars, yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
Bar rules, yeah. Bar rules would be if you made the 8 on the break that they consider to win, because typically the players or the bar wouldn't have the keys for the table, so that's considered a win. However, VNEA plays tournament rules, so 8 on the break is not a win, but the breaker gets the choice to either spot or re-rack and re-break. If the cue ball is lost on the break, it becomes then the opponent's choice to either spot or re-rack.
I think Mike won that last one, right? We're 2-1, Mike?
Yes.
Okay, good. And we're getting conflicting foul, no foul. So if you're watching along on YouTube, you do have the ability to go back in real time and do instant replay. Just as an FYI.
Yeah, you can't do that on Facebook, but on YouTube, it will allow you to do that.
Yeah, we've actually got guys that do come in from out of town to come down and play in the VNEA events, or I guess league, throughout the year. And Mike with an absolute clobber of a break.
Yeah, he made that.
I think these guys are having break competitions. Well, hello, Lou. Thanks for tuning in again, buddy.
The nice thing is, Stephen, you only need a certain amount of weeks to qualify to play the VNEA. So if you are willing to make the drive, if you are willing to, find a team nearest possible to you, obviously, you do only need, you can have one player on your team with 8 weeks. Everybody else needs to have 12 weeks. You do need to have 12 weeks in order to play the singles event. So you don't need to play the entire year, but you would need a minimum of 8 or 12 weeks.
Tim Adams, the answer to that is still no. Not in Vegas. Is the 8 ball still neutral after the break?
Yes. In VNEA, the 8 ball is neutral. So you can use the 8 ball on an open table to claim your suit. You cannot in BCA.
Do you want to know another little funny rule? A little tidbit of information for our viewers out there.
Oh. Okay.
On an open table, you can declare and play safe at the same time. So, for example, if my opponent comes up and breaks, he breaks dry. The cue ball is, let's say, at the bottom end of the table. All of the stripes come down to the bottom end of the table, with exception to one stripe that's sitting at the top of the table, kind of in a tough position, would be much easier to do with ball in hand. So the table is open. I can shoot in a stripe, call safe, and declare stripes.
Yes, you sure can.
Very interesting little rule. I haven't actually seen anybody kind of take advantage of that yet. But I know at some point somebody will. Very, very interesting little rule.
Yeah, not many people know that one.
No. See? You see what you did with Facebook?
I broke Facebook.
Guys, we can now blame Stephanie Toy, no longer Facebook. And sorry if you guys can hear me drinking my coffee. These mics are like super ultra sensitive. But I can't not drink my coffee because it's really late. We've been at this a long time.
Whoops. Mike tied up that 8-ball a little bit more.
Yeah, I was hoping to kind of maybe bump that thing out a little bit, but I can't tell. Maybe I can peek my head. No, it won't even go live. But it will bank. It is a little bit of a weird rule.
But completely legal.
It is.
Oh, Sean Cooper, I didn't see your comment. Did you see that? Where are we at?
Oh my goodness.
We are here in Las Vegas, Nevada, streaming out of Ballys Convention Center. This is the 2019 VNEA World Pool Championships,
39 years running.
39th annual.
Royce, we're not using the Shure headsets anymore. We got some new headsets.
They are sweet,
They are very, very nice. So
but they are sensitive.
Yeah. They will allow us to hear each other through the headsets. So they're kind of the earmuff style with the microphone. The kind of thing you see, I guess, in news broadcasts, sports broadcasts, something like that. They are very, very pro style headsets.
Yeah,
But
the snowball will pick up everything, Royce. It's kind of a picks up every sound. You need something a little bit more directional.
yeah. No, Mikey with
Just
the
hangs
miss.
it.
Yeah.
But gets good with the lead.
Well, I mean, that 15 is in some trouble for sure. The 12 ball does not pass the 11 into that top left-hand corner.
It's hard to say. I don't know if Mike intentionally did that. Maybe he intentionally hung that one ball.
That very well could be. Based on his body language, I don't think so.
I guess that 7 probably does still cut.
Jason, they say because you did sink a ball. So if I play the 11 into, say, the corner pocket and call a safety, I've still sunk the 11 ball. I've still declared by making a legal shot. And calling a safety is a legal shot. Kind of a weird little rule, but I'm hard to hear.
It's because your microphone is so low.
Well, it's... Oops. Sorry for the knock on the door. There, hopefully...
Oh, it's better.
Hopefully that's a little bit better.
You're even louder in my ears now.
No, that's all good, Matt. If it's low for you, then maybe it's low for others out there. I'm just trying to whisper because we're 8 feet from where these guys are playing.
So there is about, I can actually probably give you a count. There's only 2 matches in this room. The music you can barely hear in the background, and there's probably under 10 people sitting on the bleachers watching. So it is very quiet in this room, and we are merely 8 feet away, maybe from the back side of this table, just underneath where the scoreboard is.
Yeah.
So we definitely don't want to disturb the players.
Royce, I would suggest moving the microphone away from your mouth, which is why typically I don't, because these mics are very, very sensitive. But yeah,
I'm not sure, James, if that
it does not.
applies to
No.
14-1. This
For-
is strictly a VNEA rule, which is 8 ball.
Yeah. Thanks, Robbie. We appreciate it. I've got my Barry White voice going on. I'm getting a little bit tired. We've been going at it since 9 o'clock this morning.
JB on YouTube is asking, how is that a legal shot if you haven't sunk a ball? So what we're saying is that on an open table, you can call safe and declare a suit in the same shot. That is a legal call. And simply the reason being is because when you call a safety, you are simply forfeiting your next shot. You're forfeiting your turn. So when the table is open and you're declaring and safety, all you're doing is declaring your suit, but forfeiting your next turn.
So, are you responding to JB?
Yeah.
Just responded to that stuff. Where you been? You been sleeping?
No.
Mm-hmm. This is why he just said, okay, got it. You been sleeping? Somebody sleeping.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, would you call it a pocket safe? I think it's just a safe. But the pocketed ball
Yeah.
does count as your
You could probably
claiming.
call it whatever you want.
That's
a declaration safe.
sure.
I don't think it has a technical name.
Mikey's studying hard here.
We may seem a little biased, but Mike is from our hometown. We know him. We know his game very well. I happen to know that he is very hungry for this win. He would really like to earn the rank up for next year.
Are we being biased?
I don't know. I just like to
Clarify.
clarify.
I got you.
I mean, we're not familiar with Ivan from Spain. We've never seen Ivan from Spain shoot before. And, I mean, I'm sure that it comes across that we know more about Mike.
Mr. Chana, how are you, sir? Yeah, 11 ball corner pocket and safe.
Yep.
That's how you declare it. Yeah, this is, you know what? Well, Mikey's still studying here.
Even you can learn something, Raj Chana.
Right? 16-year ref. I haven't just started this yesterday, you know. So as soon as Mike shoots this, I'll kind of give you a...
Maybe during the next rack.
Oof, he fired into it. So,
Mikey gives the old sorry about that wave.
yeah,
Unintentional.
he kind of left him actually really good. But I think why Mike missed that is the same reason that I do. He's not fully adjusted to that Jacoby carbon fiber yet.
Could be. So plays a nice little defensive shot here for Mike. I can't see exactly. Can you see? Is there any space behind that 10? I think he might be frozen to the back of that 10 from my angle.
Nope. There's some space there. Thanks, Raj. I bet Toronto was fun. I'm willing to bet that you were in Toronto
For a
for a
particular
particular
game.
basketball game.
We the North. Go Raptors.
It doesn't, but Mike wants to be very, very sure of what he's doing, guys. So if he's taking his time, that's his right.
This is the last match of the night. Grant and I are in no hurry to go anywhere. I think that these guys have played at a pretty good pace for the first few games. If they take their time on a shot here and there, I think that is
It's acceptable play.
completely warranted. This is for tournament life, guys. So just so you know, this is a B-side match. If you lose here, you are out.
And you didn't come all the way to Vegas to play like your pants are on fire. You're going to take your time.
An international tournament.
Well, Nicola, I can say this. I won't say that they've lost all respect for themselves. It's a tough division, even though it's called open. As per VNEA Vegas rules, if you don't cash, I think it's 4 years, you're allowed to drop down.
3.
3 years? Okay.
Yeah, you do have to play and not place in the move up rank. Just because you make a little bit of money doesn't mean you move up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go out in 16 to 32 spot, they're not going to make you move up.
Yeah.
But you know, like we said, this is a really tough tournament, and just because somebody plays good at home in their home league does not mean that
It's an international competition.
Yeah,
In order for you to move up, you have to place here.
Yeah.
This is not, well, I'm a master at my city league,
yeah,
and therefore I'm a master in
Yeah.
a world competition.
Yeah,
That's
just-
not how it works.
right. Just because you're considered a master in your city or your town does not mean that you are a master when you come to this tournament.
Yeah.
So, and VNEA, I think, works on the basis of you have the right to earn your rank. Now, notability, I mean, there's a fine line. If a Danny Olson was to walk in off the street, I don't
And
know. Do they
part of
put
that
him
is
in open?
no. Part of that is because once you've achieved master's level in a world competition, it never goes away. You can debate it. You can send in a formal request to be dropped. But 9 out of 10, they don't. Once you've achieved a master level rating in a world competition, then yes, your ranking is very, very difficult to drop. Michael must have been tuning in when myself and Chris were on. Well, he came up well short. He came up well short. He wanted that to be at least straight in line with that 15. I kind of saw what he was trying to do there. If he's in line straight with the 15, he can super juice that 15 in with a ton of right hand and actually go 3 rails around to try to break out that 10 ball. most men are not. You probably won't see. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. That's
Great
exactly what he
shot.
was looking for. You bet.
He
But-
got a little unlucky that he can't see
Yeah.
to make that 10 ball, but that was a great effort.
That's exactly what he was trying to do. Now, I think he would have got even better on that had that cue ball drifted a little more into the center of the table and been right in line with that 15 ball. Well, hello, Dan Clark. Anyway, I was saying about Fargo rating, you probably won't see very many of the leagues join the Fargo rating system. And even Fargo rate has its flaws. It's not a perfect system by any means.
Oh, he almost made that.
He did, yeah. He
I
cheated.
didn't-
He cheated that as much as he possibly could, and that's all he could do there.
Maybe a little less speed.
No. Less speed, you're going to lose accuracy on the shot. Nice shot from Mike there. Doesn't want to be straight, though. The valley pockets are big, but a little bit of angle is always good. Well done. I think he played rail first there. Yeah, but again, that is a local league. You can't compare a local league to a world championship. And it does look like Ivan is taking a little break.
So why don't we do the tour now?
Sure, why not?
This is a great time.
Sure. Why don't we give you a little view of what we're looking at here live. So this is the Dome, as they call it, here in Las Vegas.
The finals arena.
So a total of 8 different tables in the room. You can see this. This is the only match going on. The gentleman down there at the
No,
end there.
that's a match.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that I don't know if you guys can see the door here, that where that black curtain is. That little hole that you walk through is the entrance to the pit.
Well, let's see if we can get you in there. This is the power of the PTZ. There is the entrance.
There is the entrance, and outside there is a row of vendors and 100 valley tables. And then just to the right outside there, you walk up a few steps, and there's another 100 valley tables.
And it's actually right behind this bleachers, where the bleachers are. Behind that wall
Is the first main room.
First main, yeah. And of course, you've got TV Mike sitting over there in the corner. He's covering tables 1 to 6, and then we've got 7 and 8. And that is what is affectionately known as the Dome here at Ballys for the VNEA World Championships. So it's kind of your own separate little room where, if you kind of get down towards the end of the bracket, these tables are brand spanking new. The cloth is all new, so you get to play on pretty amazing equipment.
I did talk to Bonnie after she finished her match. She's pretty ecstatic. She says, I haven't been here for 10 years. I think think she's out of the 9-ball. This match here, just FYI for your information, is 9 through 12 spot. This is Tournament Life. This is the B side. This match is for a difference of $200 in prize money. So if you go out here, you're getting $1,000. Going out in 7-8 spot is $1,200.
And you want to keep climbing up that money ladder.
Of course.
Yeah, I didn't see that first comment there, Dan. But you can't take city-run leagues and city-run established players, put them into a world championship, and think that their ranks are going to hold up, right? Unless you are the Ben Francis, the Joe Spence, the Stephen Hallems, those type of guys. But yeah, I mean, you can't take those ranks and directly correlate them into a world championship. Doesn't work that way. And absolutely, Larry, we'd love to see you down here next year, brother.
Yeah, I was just looking Bonnie up, and she got 9 through 12 in the 9-ball. But,
Oh, I gotta mark Ivan up for another game here.
she did really well, extremely well. And this Masters division is tough. I mean, these teams are sending the best of New Zealand, Australia, Bahamas, Spain, you know. These guys travel a long way. And like Grant was saying, just because you play at a certain level at home does not mean that you are a certain level here at an international level. As a coordinator, how I look at it also is,
How have you performed here?
well, Mike has been here plenty of times. He has never placed. He has played in the Open. He has played in the Intermediate. He has never placed. Now, you can always play up. I mean, he could play in the Masters division if he wanted. But as a league coordinator, you don't ever want to penalize people for playing well either. So,
It's kind of a fine line.
yeah, I mean, I would say Mike is definitely a strong player, but I'm not going to throw him to the Sharks in the Masters division because
Wow.
I think that he plays well.
Listen, you've got in the Masters, you've got Alex Ollinger, you've got Danny Olson,
Yeah.
Stephen Halem, like Joe Spence, Eric Vargas, Ben Francis. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, Mike plays pretty jam up. But he's not Danny Olson, he's not Stephen,
No.
he's not those guys. And I think it would be really unfair that just because, yes, Mike Robinson plays with those guys in Calgary, to do that in an international competition, I don't think is fair.
It's, as I was saying, as a league coordinator, I don't want to penalize people for playing well. You should be able to win cash, earn your rank. Once Mike does cash here or place well in the divisions here at VNEA, then he will have earned his intermediate ranking.
That's right.
You know, you don't want to penalize people and take money out of their pocket.
Yeah.
You know, you want them to be able to celebrate working on their game, playing
Well, and
hard, putting their weeks and money into the league, you know?
Yeah, and let me tell you, I played in the Open as well, and it's no joke. Like, people think that the Open correlates to a B division.
No.
It doesn't, not even close. Right? You got to remember, this is an international competition, and the separation of caliber is pretty big when you go from the Open to the Intermediate to the Advanced. The level of play enhances so much. It's crazy.
JB, they are playing for a 9 through 12 spot here. So this is the B side. 9 through 12 spot. Loser is going to go out with $1,000. Open could be tougher than intermediate, absolutely. Open has a larger number of players, but you're taking a gamble. I mean, we're in Vegas. What a better place to gamble, right? Maybe you get a little bit of an easier draw. You're going to run into some monsters. Maybe you're playing great. Maybe you're not, but this is kind of where it's up to the decision of the player. You can always play up a division, for sure. However, earning your rank is kind of where the thought process is, I think.
And Jason, there is every kind of chalk here. If you don't have it, there are, God, how many booths are out there? 10?
Yeah.
10 different booths, and I'm sure every one of them sell just about every piece of chalk you could ever want. So, Masters chalk, Kamui, and everything in between.
I don't know. I honestly, Nicola, I don't think, and not to downplay Mike, but I don't know if he's in that same bubble as the Danny Olsons and the Alex Ollingers and whatever. And it's not that his gameplay doesn't reflect that. I don't think that he's got the enough finals experience to compete with those guys. I mean, those guys pretty much have nerves of steel. They are able to play in front of cameras and spectators. I mean, you saw the bleachers in here. I mean, these bleachers could hold a couple hundred people easy.
Oh, for sure.
You know, plus typically on the last day as well, you're going to have people just standing all over the place, wherever there's standing room. So.
And you have to have nerves of steel. And again, I agree with what you said. We're not downplaying Mike's capabilities at all.
Because those are things that he's definitely working on.
Of course, aren't we all?
Well,
right.
Mike's been playing a lot of sets at home and things like that, but not in front of cameras, not in front of spectators. He's working on it. It's a slow process, right? Those guys coming up through the ranks and earning their masters rankings have experienced spectators and the nerves and the mental game. And if you ask me, honestly, I think your skill on the table is a small percentage compared to all those other things. Because your skill on the table doesn't mean anything if your other things aren't in check.
Yeah. Well, and Nicola, I mean, you can't put Mike on a pedestal either. I mean, again, I don't want to seem like I'm dogging Mike. I'm not. I've known Mike for many years, competed against Mike for many years. What a great shot, by the way. But can he compete with Ben Francis? Yeah, in league, at home, so on and so forth. But you put Mike, you can't put him in the same realm as Ben Francis, Joe Spence, Eric Vargas, Stephen Halem. You can't. I mean, don't get me wrong. Mike Robinson's a phenomenal player. He's just not that next level phenomenal. And that's what he's working on. That's what we're all working on.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like players should be able to earn their rank, not being thrown in baptism by fire because that's where you think they belong.
No, it
I
has
think
no
it's
application.
Unfair.
Yeah,
it's unfair to the player.
It's no application here in a world championship. So you can't take what he does at home and say, oh, well, he should be competing up with those guys. The level up of play that Ben Francis, Joe Spence, Eric Vargas, Steven, Danny Olson, Alex Ollinger, I mean,
those guys have competed against pros.
Those guys level up so much in this competition. Look at one of Steven's matches that was on TV Mike's broadcast. They're racing to 13, racing to 7. So there's 13 possible games. The first 11 were runouts, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
First it was Alex, then it was Steven, then it was Alex, and it
Mm-hmm.
was Steven, Alex, Steven, Alex, Steven. Like that kind of play is just unheard of. And I'm sorry, but Mike is not that. Not
Well, I
yet.
mean, all these guys that we're talking about, all these big names that we're talking about, have had, I don't even know how many championships these guys have under their belt.
Look,
Mike's got a second place league.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I guess we're somewhat spoiled, I guess, is the proper terminology. Um, Steven lives with Steph and I, and when I say the kid has totes of championship trophies, it's no joke. He has got totes, plaques, and totes full of championship trophies. He's got 1,000 times more experience
yeah,
in big moments,
yeah.
big games, right? And I don't want to seem like I'm, wow, excuse me. Um, I don't want to seem like I'm dogging on Mike or dogging on his game. I'm not. Mike's a phenomenal shot. He's just not next level. Is he getting any personal satisfaction? You go through a field of 663 players. There's some personal satisfaction there. Remember, this is international competition, not league play.
And just remember, guys, this is B-side, so there are players in this competition, in this division, that have been better so far. Right? There are players that are still on the A side. Like, Mike is lost.
Yeah.
You know, there is still, I don't know, I don't know if they've played for the hot seat already for this division, but there are still players in this division that have not yet lost yet. They are undefeated. So
I could go through a list of 20 players that play just as good as Mike Robinson. I think I'm maybe a touch behind where Mike's at. I'm out. Greg Dunhauer is out. I could probably go through the list and give you 20 people at least that play at Mike's speed that are out. Anyway, I think we've beat that horse to death. So, that being said, I'm going to go out and take a quick break. I'll be right back.
it depends, Larry. That is all dependent of the committee. So Larry's just asking on Facebook, do you think that Mike gets bumped up to class with his showing here? And it all depends on where he finishes. So the committee will decide out of this entire bracket how many spots are going to rank up. I mean, they're not going to rank up, 10%, which would be like 60 players out of a 600 plus field. They will take whatever they agree on. Top 16, 7, 8. I don't know what that number is. No, Mal, we are. So, Mal on Facebook is just stating that he is not aware of any of the players that we're talking about, but why are you even bothering comparing Mike with these other players? You both say that you don't want to knock Mike, but you essentially are. Again, why are you comparing him to others? Did someone announce that Mike is at the same level? So there are people watching here that are familiar with Mike and they are surprised to see him playing in this division. So we are just defending, not even having defend. The rules are that he is allowed to play in the open division. It is the lowest division because he has not played in this event and placed and cashed high enough to move up or to have to play up. And what we're saying is that he is entitled to earn his rank up. This is 9 through 12, Larry. So this is the B-side. Loser of this match is going out with $1,000. This is tournament life for this game. Or sorry, this match. Yeah, I don't know, Larry, what their number is. I mean, it could be 13 to 16 that gets bumped up. I'm not sure what that number is. I would assume 9 through 12 is kind of around that rank up bubble. Thank you, Dallas. 4-3 for Mike. My driver went on a break here, so I forgot my duties. Jester using Fargo would settle lots of these issues of players playing down. Also, like in CCS, a player can only play down one division from his team ranking. So, agreed, Fargo would, a system like Fargo would probably help. However, Fargo is a BCA implementation that has no bearing here at VNEA. However, I would not be surprised if something came out like that for VNEA. I'm not sure, but I would not be surprised if that happened. Unlike CCS, in CCS that may be the requirement where you can just play down one step from where your team plays. But once you go to ACS, which is the international world competition for CCS in Vegas that the guys just covered, the same rules apply. If you have not placed, you can play in the lowest division.
I don't know if you responded to this here.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not at all knocking Mike.
Yeah, I'm sure that there is. You know what? Honestly, Daniel, I think there is a number. I will actually even look it up because I know that they have stated who ranks up.
And then let's move on to pool. In fact, I'm just going to commentate. You can look that up. I think we've gone over this subject for far too long.
No, JB, open division is not just open for everyone. Open is the lowest division. Open, and then intermediate, and masters. Those are the three divisions. These tables are very fast. Like we were saying before, nobody had played on these tables until Scotch doubles. The first matches on Thursday. They had been newly resurfaced, sorry, I think is the correct term, newly resurfaced, and they have the Ridgeback rails.
They didn't even put the balls in the table until the morning of play.
Yeah, nobody was even allowed to practice on these tables.
So they are very quick. he'll get there, without a doubt. Got a little unlucky there. Well, like we stated earlier, Royce, and I don't want to keep beating this dead horse. Known ability can sometimes influence where you are placed. Bring a couple of those back with us for sure. We actually have a valley table downstairs in the basement that plays just about like this. It's pretty quick. So I think Mike here has just got a hope to hit. I think he's going to try to hit on the 13 ball. He might. No, I don't think he can get to the 15. Well, maybe. A ton of left-hand spin. A little bit hampered by that 8 ball in his stroke, though. Onto the 13. Wants it to go a little bit farther. A little bit farther than that, and it would have been absolutely dead perfect if the cue ball lands up close to the end rail, or the top rail, I guess I should say. He would have hit that absolutely dead perfect. And it is a great match. So we'll see how Ivan handles this here. He is in a little bit tough. I think his bridge is going to be somewhat hampered if he's going to choose to back cut that 7 into the top right-hand corner. I think his bridge will be somewhat hampered by that 10-13 ball. And you kind of have to let the cue ball loose a little bit. You might go into the 6. But anytime you kind of have to let the cue ball loose a little bit, you tend to lose a little accuracy. So he's looking at the 2, back cutting that into the bottom left-hand corner. Great shot. Really, really well done. Teams hasn't started yet. I believe they start Tuesday for teams, Steph?
What?
Teams starts Tuesday.
Yep.
And to be honest, I'm not really sure what my team name is. I wasn't even going to play teams.
Sharknado.
Oh, there we go. Steph knows my team name. I wasn't going to play teams this year. I was going to more stick on the commentary, but one of the Calgary teams came down and one of the players couldn't make it across the border. So they are certainly stuck and asked me if I would sub in. So that's what I'll do. So Ivan, looking at this, excuse me guys, sorry, my throat's getting a little bit tired. Looking at this 5-7 combination, but not really liking where the 5 is going to end up if he hits it. I tend to think he'll be okay given the angle. I think if he hits this combination, the 5 will pop out, kind of where the 15 is. Depending on how he hits it, I guess. But instead, I think he's going for the short stick. We're going to get airtime action here. Jump over that 8. It's only maybe a quarter ball jump over the 8. But anytime that you're jumping a ball that's close to the rail, It is very, very difficult to hold that cue ball on the table. So this is what I do when I'm in this scenario. I don't actually want to jump to the 4 ball. I want to land the cue ball before the 4. So when I'm lining up my jump shot, I'll get my line, but my distance I try to jump just over that 8 ball. And Mike, no shot clock here. Oh, nice attempt. Really, really nice attempt there. Didn't miss it by much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my score is correct, Steve.
I actually wondered that too. I think maybe you gave Ivan a game twice. Like you did it and then you thought you forgot to do it and you gave him another one. So I'll
Maybe.
go over and check.
I just didn't want to go over right now. I don't want to stand up while they're at the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did come very, very close to that. Hey, thanks, Larry. Very appreciative of the compliments. Nice shot from Mike there. Now he's got to watch out for this 1 ball. I think you'll see him pot this 12 ball into this top right and just draw into the 1 ball. 8 ball will go into this bottom right-hand corner. Now, is that because of the content, Larry, or because of the accent? That we don't have. Canadians don't have an accent. Oh, wow, he was able to draw past that 1 ball into the side pocket. Well done. For the win, Mike Robinson. Excuse me, Mike Robinson taking it down. 5-3. Mike Robinson is the winner. He will move on. And with that being said, guys, we do appreciate all the conversation. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And we will be back 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So if you haven't done so yet, make sure you've gone onto the Facebook page, hit the like button, or gone onto the YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button there. That way when we come back in the morning, you'll get notified. Be able to join in on the live stream again. And that is it for us tonight. We will be back tomorrow morning.
If you guys come back tomorrow, I will try to find that that portion of who moves up at what percentage or number do they take to move up. I'll try to find that information for you guys tomorrow.
Race to 5, Cat. It is in the open division where they race to 5. Intermediate races to 6, and the Masters race to 7. And we'll see you Wednesday morning.
Tomorrow morning, I believe matches start. What time are we starting tomorrow? Let's take a look here.
Oh, Nicola. I can guarantee you Ivan is no first-year player. You got to get that out of your head. Most of the players that are in the Open are not first-year players. Anyway, I'm not.
But there are some.
There are some, for sure.
I think matches start at maybe 10:30. Oh, maybe there is a 9 o'clock match tomorrow. I would assume that we're going to be back around 9:30, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. I think it was an uncalled for statement, but that's my opinion. No, I don't think he did, Nicola. I really don't, and I'm kind of disappointed. I'm going to be honest. I don't appreciate the comments. Anyway, with that being said, guys, we're going to shut down. So I appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will be back tomorrow morning. On behalf of myself, Steph Toy, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, we appreciate you tuning in. We will be back tomorrow morning. Have a great night, everybody.